Warhammer Quest 2 is a Warhammer Universe Classic top-down strategy RPG wherein you control a D&D-like party fighting through hordes of monsters to save the world. In standard RPG fashion, you begin Warhammer Quest 2 with a warrior and a mage, ready to kill rats and beastmen and progress through your quests. The gameplay is based around the commonly used action point system. Each character gets a limited number of them, with moving one tile forward costing 1 point, and individual weapons and abilities costing their own amounts. The key to Warhammer Quest 2 is managing your action point usage to get the most out of your turn. From the very start, the game throws massive numbers of monsters against you, forcing you to quickly adapt and fight efficiently. The base gameplay of Warhammer Quest 2 is similar to many other games of its type, including of course the original Warhammer Quest. The key that is important to consider between these and other similar games is whether or not the gameplay is exciting and interesting enough to forget its similarity. Thankfully, Warhammer Quest 2 manages to keep the player interested through its fast-paced gameplay and combat design. The variety of weapons and combat moves available to different characters ensure not only that the player will be able to play each battle how they choose, but that the party is well supplied with different combat abilities. Your archer has a backup sword, and your mage can either fire his basic staff or use other backup weapons. This gives Warhammer Quest 2 an overwhelming feeling of being just like a D&D game. Each member of the party is, to an extent, self-sufficient and reliable on their own. However, the party combined is stronger than the sum of its parts. This helps the game's sense of a collaborative role-playing experience, even though it's just one person playing all characters together. The storytelling is another aspect that Warhammer Quest 2 makes a big deal of. This is an RPG, so it obviously needs to have an interesting story. Once again, Warhammer Quest 2 delivers in this regard, offering an emotive and decently rich story that manages to engross the player. Obviously, the actual story is going to be pretty derivative, as it needs to work within the confines of the established Warhammer story. The overall experience of Warhammer Quest 2 is one of a miniaturized D&D game, wholly based around the integrity of the party. The gameplay isn't innovative by any means. It's a sequel, to be fair, nor is the story anything particularly fascinating to write home about. However, Warhammer Quest 2 is a game that does its job right. It is a game that focuses on the RPG gameplay mechanics inherent to the genre and manages to keep them fun. It is simple, yes, but there's nothing wrong with simplicity and good old basic RPG fun. Warhammer Quest 2 is just that. Good, basic fun.